Hi, everyone. I wanted to come today and first of all, this is the Ivy Park launch, right? So this is the sweater. It is, I forgot when I ordered this that it runs, their size runs a size too big. So FYI, it's what we call I think it's more like wool, and it has a zipper on the side. And it's the same type of zipper that they've been rocking since the first launch. And it's cool. I think it looks, nice. However, it's a bit big. And I got it my normal size, and they run a size bigger. The pants are really kind of big too. But I did get the orange sweatshirt. I don't have it right with me right now, but I did get the orange sweatshirt, and it feels like it's not, what kind of material is it? It's not it's not your regular it's not your regular sweatshirt material. It's a little it feels it's not felt, but it has that very um it has that kind of make to it where it's a little stretchy kind of a thing, but and it's a bit more form fitting, and that one is true to size. So this one is absolutely not true to size. It's a size bigger, and I've washed it once, and it doesn't have the same level of softness. So I'm going to actually put this outfit in the cleaners, and it's so there's that. I know that this launch and even the last launch didn't do as well, which I'm wondering if it's the launches are, necessarily back to back. Um, so I feel that that can be an issue, that the launches are too back to back. I do feel like this was a longer in between from the last launch to this launch, but the fact that they launched it the week that the tickets were on sale, I think it's probably a bad move. I think that's better. Okay. So also, um, one other quick announcement before I do my review is I am using Buttah um products, which and right now on my face I use the face cleanser, and I use the vitamin C serum. And I've been getting so many compliments on it. And I normally don't, it was a gift. And I've been using their products. And I will say that the pricing is about on average with other things in its line. Like, I mean, with other products very similar, like Fresh or something. So I know that it is a line for that is designed by a young African American male. I think he's in Texas, and he does it before and after. If you go on his website, of what you can see what his products actually look like. And actually, what I could do uh, is give a nice little, oh, I didn't know you, I mean, of course, I can see where you can get it from Ultra. I actually like to get it from, I hate to say this, but some products I really do like to get directly the from the website, because you get, kind of better custom deals. Anyway, so I did get my little 10% off because, recession. And you also can get this is very similar to Patterns, where you can get a subscription and it costs you like 10% less if you get a prescription. Okay. So anyway, I have been using this skincare and I'm gonna because it's so good. Like I haven't used the brush. Someone gave me the brush too. I've been using the vitamin C serum, which has really given me much of a glow. So you may want to consider that. $39 seems, I can understand it could be a little pricey, but it's on it's on par with other serums of this. And actually it's a little bit less than what I've seen other serums are. My favorite serum I actually get from it's not a vitamin C serum though, but it's one like if you have breakouts, I get it from it's H2O and it or HTV and it's the line that's attached to um Burke Williams. It's a great one, but it's pretty pricey because it's like $50. But this is a great, nice little skincare. And then I use the cleanser, which is it is gentle. I will admit to that. Um, it lasts just like the vitamin C, the butter. I mean, the other one lasts pretty long, so that's pretty cool. And then, um, and then so what I ordered, which is something I haven't used yet. I ordered this detox mask. I can let you know if it how it works. I ordered this. I didn't order that. I ordered this rose water toner primarily because I really love rose water. And um and I ordered this exfoliating scrub. I really love a scrub, and I'm gonna tell you another reason why if you don't, I use a scrub every day, and I know they don't recognize it. I know that they don't recommend it. But one of the reasons why I do is because I wear a mask like everywhere I go. And I know that some people like to reuse their mask because it can get on the pricier side, but I really don't like to even though I use the N95 mask, I really don't like to reuse it. And one of the reasons why I don't is because I will get, if I use it more than like 3 times, I will get little white bumps around my nose. And one way to, and the first time it happened, I was like freaking out. I was like, what is this? I don't get breakouts. And I use a scrub every day. And so when use my scrub, I use my scrub that time at night. Sometimes I don't use it at night. I just use it in the morning. And I used it at night and all of it went away. Like all of it. By the time I woke up the next morning, it was gone. So I highly recommend doing the scrub in my opinion, on a daily basis. You just don't want to use like a harsh scrub. So some scrubs are harsher than others. So you just want to be careful when it comes to the scrub. I think Clean and Clear's scrub is wonderful and Neutrogena, but Clean and Clear scrub is really wonderful, except I could not use that on a daily basis because it is extremely strong. So I would not use that. But whatever little things, so you definitely, if you're using an N95 mask, you probably want to switch it up, like buy in bulk, switch it up. I like to switch it up on a daily, like every day, especially after one time I had a little breakout. So I'm curious to see I've never seen this combination, tea tree and aloe. The vitamin C serum I use on a daily, and I have not, and it's been 2 months. So that's pretty good. Usually for me, a serum will run out like once a month, but or maybe it's once every 2 months because I'm actually going on my third month and I anticipate that it would be gone. So I do need to re-up. But the one thing I do like about ordering directly from them personally is I can get a oh, we can do a 20% off. Wait, I don't know what the 20% off. Oh, we could get if you spread the word. That's nice. I'm spreading the word. Anyway, one of the ways that you can get that is if you can be a subscriber, and Patterns does that for me, and I subscribe to some of Patterns stuff. And the cool thing about if you do decide to subscribe, I think it's kind of cool, because you can change your subscription. So it will come maybe like once every 30 days. You can get it once every 60 days, sometimes once every 90 days, 45 days. So you just want to be able to kind of do that. And it's cheaper if you decide to do that. And I think that's a pretty cool deal. I'm going to stop share now. Okay. So, and then I already showed you the Ivy Park. And like I said, if you decide to get this outfit for the Ivy Park, I do recommend that you decide to dry clean it because not everything that she has is dry clean, requires dry clean. But I think that if you want to keep it looking fresh, and then wool tends to shrink. Fortunately or unfortunately, mine has not. After washing it once, I thought, was like, oh my gosh, it looks like it shrunk. But then I put it on and it was like, no, the sucker did not shrink. Okay. I want to, I'm going to, I don't think I can put, well, I'm going to link this for sure. But I came to talk about the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And I absolutely incredibly love. Okay, so I want you to see what it looks like. I absolutely fabulously. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. That's what it looks like. I guess it is on the Disney Channel. I didn't know it was on the Disney Channel, but I've watched all the episodes. And I do not like the comics. So I'm going to put that out there. The comics are not entertaining for me. I don't know if I am the demographic because it is clearly a show about a little girl with the Afro puffs. She is adorable. And one of the producers is Lawrence Fishburne, and he is actually in it. And he was promoting it on The View the other day, which Lawrence Fishburne doesn't do a lot of interviews. But anywho, the cast is kind of cool. Allie Woodard is the grandmother, which I think she is adorable. So here's the thing. Here's the premise. Moon Girl is this little girl who is a scientist, and she loves science. She loves inventing. She is this girl who is just the cutest as a button. And she deals with some of the same little issues that a lot of Black girls, I think, do when it comes to dealing with, just like a lot of kids deal with when it comes to bullying. But also, they spent an episode on hair, which I think is a really important thing, being able to appreciate your hair. And I know that this sounds cliche, and I've talked about it before, but when I was growing up, my mother did not believe in flat ironing. So I did have a relaxer, and and it was the whole no lie relaxer. And it completely changed the chemistry of my hair because I was 10 when I had my first, maybe 9 when I had my first relaxer, and just for me kind of just popped open. And then my mother, it was a thing that you did at home. Like the um I raised my daughter to kind of go to a hairdresser at a younger age. My like her first hairdresser, she first got her hair washed at like 5 at a hairdresser. That was not my story. My mother wanted to be a hairdresser, and my mother had me in braids forever. And so I wanted to have straighter hair. And so this is kind of, she was okay with it. Now my daughter has that same fixation of straight hair, but I took a different approach where I put her hair in braids. And so she gets the same feeling of flipping her hair around and stuff like that without it thinking that straight hair is better. So it wasn't until I was in college, and part of this was just a necessity. I decided right after I pledged to no longer have a relaxer, and that was a very difficult time. Um, Growing your hair out, and I did not take the approach that I need to cut my hair off and then go that route. I just was like, I'll just grow it out. And that was so difficult. And I must admit, I broke down once and did get a relaxer. And then I was like, nope, I gotta push forward. So I pushed forward. It was hard. And my it was a lot of ponytails, like the fake ponytails were in, thank God. And um and my line sister was just really, really cool at hair. I need to call her. Anyway, so my after which, um, hmm, anyway, after which I did have I would lived in DC, and I moved out there during the summer with no, and I'm thinking hair, hair care out here is similar to hair care out there. And boy, was that not true. And so I was like, well, I can't keep my hair straight out here. So, and then if I go to a black hairdresser, they use grease, and I cried. And so you do have to kind of go to the Dominicans. And so I would get my hair like sometimes done in New York. But I was like, well, and then as soon as I get back to DC, the air hits my hair and it goes, zoop. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to get used to my hair, like get back to liking, like have a different relationship with my hair. So when I came back to Cali, I was like, I'm wearing my hair natural. And then my grandmother was the type for years, even when I was, even when I was young. She hated, by the time I was in college, I mean, by the time I was in high school, my mother would braid her hair. And she was upset when it got to that point in her life, because she really would wake up every morning and put her hair in rollers, and she'd style her hair because she maintained her hair in rollers and maintained this soft curl, right? And so I'm like, but grandma, my hair is not as fine as yours. And so that doesn't quite work. So she didn't, she was like, you need to get, your hair done. And then so my mom made a comment like, I'm looking like Angela Davis. And I was like, okay, is that not a compliment? But anywho, so I was like, well, um, we are going to so I did get my hair pressed, and I kept my hair pressed. And then the guy that I really liked did not like my natural hair either. and we dated off and on. And whenever we were together, I was getting my hair pressed every other week. Like I was constantly in the shop. And so Moon Girl's episode about getting your hair pressed and having the relaxer and that whole conversation continues to hit home to me because it took so long for me to like my hair. It wasn't until my grandmother died that I was like, screw it, wearing my hair natural. And then, like I said, I was with a guy who, and it was the same guy off and on, and he didn't like my hair natural. And so then I went back into this routine of straightening my hair. And then it wasn't until I finally broke up well, he dumped me for the last time, and that I kept my hair straight. Um, that I stopped keeping my hair straight like that. And so I think I straighten my hair maybe once every blue moon, like maybe once or twice a year. And so for Moon Girl, I appreciate that conversation that she has. I love the diversity of the cast. I love how you have because clearly this is it feels like New York. And so you do have Puerto Ricans, you do have, a very wide variety of people. And I love, like I said, the cast is pretty dope. You have Wesley Snipes that's in it. You have Method Man. You have David Diggs, Jennifer Hudson. I mean, it is such a great cast. And so he has the Devil Dinosaur. She kind of creates this warped thing in which the dinosaur comes through, and she gets the idea from a girl named Moon Girl, but no one has seen Moon Girl, and so she kind of creates this name Moon Girl, her and her friend, and it's just really cute how it's filmed. It's filmed like the comic book, and so they'll have like these interruptions, comic, Moon Girl, and then it kind of moves in. And I don't know if that's because that's how it is on Disney Plus versus if you were watching this on the Disney Channel, but I do like those little interruptions because it still tries to give you the comic book feel. I'm gonna say this: if you really, really like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales, then you're going to love this show. I think they do a really good job in giving you that same type of feeling. And it's bright, it's a lot going on, it is captivating. Me and my son just were captivated the entire time. He absolutely loved it. He loves dinosaurs, but it was equally appealing to him as a boy as it would be a girl. And you do have a whole episode on being a troll, and I love like online trolling, and I love how they use it as a troll. There is a fascinating component of how Moon Girl connects to the MCU, and that doesn't drop in until the last episode. And I literally screamed. I was like, I love this idea. This is so dope. I would love to see a bigger crossover into maybe getting her into the MCU later on down the line. I mean, much later down the line, I think it would be really cute and cool. So I really encourage you to watch it. Like, even if you are a adult with no kids, go for it. But if you do have children, they will love it even more. So take a look at Moon Girl. It's very cute, especially if you want your kids to get into science, like the use of science. So my son loves science, and so he loves how she's doing the different calculations and stuff. Like she loved doing the calculations to figure out how to defeat the bad guy. And how she actively uses science to figure out how to defeat the bad guy. It's adorable, it's cute, lovely, highly recommended.